Fedor is a great fighter. He's the #1 heavyweight in the world. And, you know, I know UFC's talking to him, we talked to him. But quite frankly, they have, you know, 4 or 5 different offers on the table. Some from, I'm not sure if you got the chance to talk to them about it, but they have some offers from some boxing promoters, some network deals, you know, from other TV stations that are in MMA programming. I'm sure you could probably figure that out, that are pursuing them. And, you know, they're like the hot free agent in football or baseball. I mean, you know, he's the guy.
You were in Italy on vacation last week. A lot of people saying that you weren't around to make some 11th hour deal with Affliction, and that's why that fell through. One report actually said that the paperwork couldn't be signed, and that's why the deal fell through. You weren't physically here to do that. First of all, could you clarify if there was any 11th hour deal with Affliction?
I didn't realize that, you know, they didn't have fax machines or, you know, cell phones or telephones in Italy. So, you know, maybe, you know, I mean, the truth is this, is that Affliction had been talking to us about sponsoring Strikeforce, and it was going to be a sponsorship relationship. And, you know, but as far as a merger or things like that, that's not true. You know, there was some dialogue about escalating the relationship. You know, the deal, to me, their understanding of the deal and my understanding of the deal was a lot different, and so it didn't work out. You know, that's pretty much it. It was a very simple deal, and it was just a sponsorship type deal. So what the 11th hour deal that we missed out on, I have no idea. The last 3 days of my vacation really was on the phone all the time, you know, with all the different parties involved, and you know, they were looking for a heavyweight, and you know, I said, well, you guys have Gilbert Yvel, you have Ben Rothwell, you have Paul Bonatello, and they wanted to have Brett Rogers fight. And I talked to Mike Riley, and I said, is he training at all? He said, very minimal, not. So basically, you know, you're giving up our heavyweight to go fight, you know, Fedor. You know, why would we do that? Because unless we had some type of rematch clause with Fedor for a future fight to fight Brett Rogers, we couldn't support that. So, you know, it's I'm sure that created a little animosity on their part. But you know, it's at the end of the day, it's why would we give one of our good heavyweights to put him in a fight where he'd probably be, you know, at a severe disadvantage, and then there's no recourse after that. It's basically, you know, we sold him out. You know, and we're not interested in doing that.
Right now, what is your understanding with the Affliction contracts? Are they dead? As a promoter, can you approach these guys? What is your understanding of what you can do or can't do right now?
Well, here's the one thing. I'm not sure about, you know, all the fighter contracts. The only fighter contracts I can speak on are the ones that we have, you know, because we entered into a contract, let's say with Babalu, way before Affliction. Affliction had to ask us for permission to enter into a contract with them. And we said yes, and so we let them go into a contract with Babalu, and I think that's, you know, I know that some of these fighters have contracts with Dreams, and some of them don't. Some have contracts with Sengoku, so, you know, so their contracts are all over the place. So I'm really not sure who has what.
So it's basically asking as you go along. If there's someone you're interested in, you approach them now at this
point.
point.
Well, you know, out of that whole roster, I'm not sure if we'll approach anybody else. You know, because, you know, it's, you know, I think we have a pretty sizable roster, and it's growing, and we're going to handpick the people we bring in.
Okay. In terms of Affliction, they've come and gone. How does this really affect Strikeforce as a promotion, in your opinion?
Well, I mean, it doesn't affect our promotional business at all. You know, the sponsorship, you know, we talked about them being a sponsor, but, you know, there'll be other sponsors. You know, the thing about what I feel the Affliction pay scale, that they're paying these fighters and really, you know, escalating the fighter purses way beyond the true value, you know. And I think sooner or later the natural laws of economics apply to all businesses, and it finally applied to, you know, Affliction, and so, you know, they, you know, are out of the business, and, you know, we're going to continue. I'm sure, you know, UFC is going to continue, Dream's going to continue, and, you know, people that do this, you know, as a core business are going to continue to do it and continue to be successful.
If you were to get Fedor Emelianenko go into this co-promotion, you know, would you look towards getting more heavyweights in besides of what you have already in your stable to give him good competition? Well,
you know, I think that obviously we have Brett Rogers, who knocked out Arlovsky, you know, and I think that would be one of the, you know, obvious choices. And then the other fight is Alistair Overeem and Fedor have never fought, and I think that would be an amazing fight once Alistair heals up. And, you know, and then there's Fabricio Verdum. I don't think he and Fedor have fought yet. You know, I might be wrong. Maybe you guys know, but I don't think they fought yet. And I think that'd be an interesting fight. And, you know, there's I feel pretty confident we could give him 4 or 5 opponents that would make sense for him.